guys, Brad M73 here. Welcome back to Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. We're looking at issue 83. So we've got the parts bag here, and we've got the issue. So, as always, we're going to take just a quick look at this. We got the Pelta class medical frigate. Looks kind of like the blockade runner from the original Star Wars movie. I think this is from either Rebels or Clone Wars. I'm not sure which. You can read about it there. We've got some, let's see, I want to say episode 7 stuff. Looks like there's a lot of information missing here because, you know, just there's sand dunes. Usually, like, there's pictures and text and everything. So there's some pretty cool, there's an AT-AT, cool. It's like falling over in the desert. Okay. So anyway, we've got the last bit of framework, or no, yeah, we got a last piece of framework and the upper hull plate for the port side mandible. So we'll be assembling that, and then we'll also be assembling the two recesses, and then we're going to be, you know, painting everything. So there's all that and all that. But I'm going to do this part. Oh, wait. No, this is putting the... Oh, we've got more parts to install. Cute. All right. However, let's see. What are we doing? Yeah, we're doing this part first. So we're putting together the mandible pieces. So here we go. Just get into the bag. I don't know why it's so flippin' hot in my room. It's like cold out today, and it just seems like here recently it got really super warm. Okay. Get rid of that. Got a little bit of red paint there. And actually, I have an extra... I think this is issue 2, and I wanted to pull that out because I wanted to kind of compare the paint. And it looks fairly close, but the paint on this is a little bit lighter. I think this is a lot darker. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just paint over that with the primer and the white and kind of go from there. But anyways, I just wanted to pull that out since I had it there. Now, I don't know why they chose to do it this way, but you know, we've got a little offset here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit the front portion of these panels together like this. I'm not going to screw anything down yet. I'm going to set this on top. And now we've got a flat platform to work with. So we've got 2 of these guys, the little frame connectors. Which means we will need Loctite, which I have. Okay, one goes here. Got to make sure I got my screws out for this. All right, Loctite. And more Loctite. And we'll lock that down really good. Okay. Other side, same deal. Loctite. And Loctite. Okay. There we go. Well, actually, not quite yet, because I got to screw all these things down. The hull panels. And then if it's not raining tomorrow, I'm going to, because it's too dark to really do it now, I'm going to take these out in the morning, prime them all, and then, you know, wait for several hours, and then I'll paint them the insignia white, probably in the evening sometime. And that's generally enough time to wait. I need one more for there. All right. So there we've got that. I can definitely see where there's more parts that need to be assembled on this, but we'll worry about that later. Put that up there. And done with the Loctite. Now we need our super glue here. And we've got the two recesses. And hopefully, you know, I'll try to point everything out as we go. So we've got roughly, what, 16 parts to install here. So looks like... There we go. So there's two recesses, both the same, roughly the same size. One has a grill in it, the other one does not. And I think the one without the grill is what we're going to be using first. So detail number 1. Let's see, it has it like this. So this one right here is part number 1. And then let's see here. So it has us holding the piece like this with our tweezers, okay? And then it looks like it goes in these two holes like that. So let me zoom back out again here. Actually, I don't even know if I'll need tweezers for that. I can I can more easily put it in by hand. Or if I have the stronger tweezers, that'll probably work a little better. So just, yep. Okay. Uh-oh. Okie doke. Okie doke? What the heck? What's that supposed to mean? All right, part number 2, which is where? This piece right here. Look for the sprue marks here. The end marks are pretty good. Okay. And this has kind of like a slot in the back side, which I think fits over the front of that part. So it's going to kind of fit in. Not like this. That doesn't even make sense. So it's got to go down. That is so weird because this part does not fit very well. Well, all I can really do is put glue on it. And hope. Got a little bit too much glue there. So it goes in like that. And it doesn't really fit flat with the bottom because it's up on this little side panel, which I don't really like, but it's just the way it's going to have to be, I guess. Later, I think I am going to take some additional super glue and kind of plug these holes up underneath there while we're waiting for the rest of it to cure. Okay, so next, looks like, is this big, huge piece here. Part number 3. And let's see, does this have a... Okay. Does this have a pin on it? Oh, so it's part number 3 and part number 4. So glue number 4, which should be this, yes. So it's saying glue that onto the recess of number 3. So this part, let's see. See, it's showing like a pin on here. So I'm going to kind of cut this from right there for right now. So I'm going to leave a bit of this excess material right here because it looks like there's supposed to be a pin out on that. Now this piece doesn't even look like... Wait, did I... Oh no, I cut off the wrong piece. I cut off piece 17. Ugh. Well, that's alright. Okay, so part number 4 is actually this one up here, so hopefully you guys will catch that. Luckily I didn't glue anything yet. I would have figured it out. So this basically just fits in here like so. Nothing to it. So we'll just kind of put some glue down in there and just kind of set that right there. That'll cure in a few moments. No big deal. Okay. Glue the 2 pins into the assembly into these 2 upper holes. The problem is this pin is highly deformed to the point where it's not really, yeah, it's not even usable, unfortunately, because it, you know, nothing I could really do about it. So I'm just going to kind of set this piece. I'll just set it in right like that. That's how it's supposed to go. And I'm just going to glue the whole bottom of this piece. I think that'll be easiest. A little bit. Went a little bit heavy on the glue there. So all right. So right like that. Okay. Next, part number 5, which is this big huge piece here. Well, it's not the hugest. It's huge. This, I'm gonna guess, is probably just gonna plop down there right like that. And look, I'm right, yay! How did I ever guess? Alright. So I'm gonna put glue on the 2 pins. And then just kind of line the circumference with a small bead of super glue, and we just kind of drop it in right like that, and that'll cure in a moment or two. Next we are looking at this round piece, part number 6. And this piece, I think, since we've got 2 pins there, this should fit like right like this. Right like that. Okay. 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 This is like one of the more complex recesses. I like this. Okay, now that looks like we're finished. There's still a hole there. My guess is a pipe is probably going to go down in there. So this one's finished. Get this guy out. Part number 7 is where? Looks like this is part number 7. Up here. Okay. Okay, so this looks like it fits up on this little flap right there. Yep, like that. So I think it'll be just easier just to put some glue right like that, and then just kind of pop this into place and then dab off the excess glue like that. Okay. Got it? Good. Part number 8 is next. It's kind of a small piece here, which may or may not have a pin on one side. Yeah, it looks like it does. So be very careful when you cut this. Because it does have a little pin kind of right at the back there. See that? Oh, come on. There we go. This piece is going to go in these 2 holes. And then if you're holding it this way, that excess pin kind of points to the right. Is that right? Yes. Oh, come on. Now's the part where I glue it to my finger. Come on, give me some glue here. Try it again. So I'm just going to hold it there for a moment, kind of let things cure. There. Okay. Part number 10. 10. So that was part number 8. Part number 10. Which is this thing. Oh, we glue this onto this, onto part number 9. Okay. Okay, and just kind of file down those. This inner one is going to be a little tricky. I got my little curved sander here for times like that. $2. Might have been $2.99. Super cheap. You guys, if you guys have been watching this series for a long time, you may have seen me use that before. Okay, so we have this piece with the hole to the right, and it looks like glues in like that. With there is one small hole exposed there. So I guess I will okay. Okay, just kind of hold this down. I think we did get a little bit too much super glue, but it's going to be down inside there, so we're not really going to see it. All right, so this piece is going to glue right inside there like that. No big deal. So I'm gonna glue the 2 pins, small bead of glue across the bottom, small bead here at the sides, and then if I can hold it like this, I'm gonna put a bead around the back here. All right, here goes nothing. There we go. Very quickly, let's get rid of this excess glue on the top. And bam. Probably wipe a little bit of the off the bottom as well. All right, there we go. Phew. Part number 11 is next, which is this little tiny piece that has like the bent wires on them. Don't worry though, these are supposed to be bent. Just kind of be careful how you cut the top, like that. These will go in with the wires kind of pointing off to the left as we, hold it there. Okay. Like that. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see what we've got. Yeah, see how they point to the left there. Whoops. Right here is the piece with that little pin. And then you can see how we have the other, what was this, part number 10, and then the big part number 9 piece. Oh, and then there's the first piece. I think we've got 1 or 2 more pieces to install. 3 maybe. Next piece, part number 12, which looks like this piece. This goes, let's see, we've got 2 pins. It goes down in these 2 holes with kind of the tapered end pointing to the right. Let's see if I'm going to be able to get this in with glued together my things there. Oh yeah, it's going to go in, no problem. Okay, next I think we've got the pipe, which is right here. And then again, kind of be careful because you want to cut it with the pin out off the bottom. There's kind of like a step to it. All right, and then the fat, you kind of notice the end with the pin and the step is going to go up into the hole there. So I'm going to get my tweezer that's a little bit stronger so I can get glue on the back pin and where it's going to fit down into the hole on the bottom, and hopefully there we go. You probably are going to need a little bit of pressure, like inward pressure on that, in order to get it to fit into the slot there on the bottom, right here. So once I got that in, I actually had to take my finger and kind of push this and kind of pull it towards this so that that would sit. So just be prepared for that as you do that step. And last, I think we've got a little like narrow part number 14 is this long thin piece. So I'm going to cut it there, cut it there. Just again, kind of be careful where you cut it so you don't make it too short. But heck, you can get a piece of wire or just about anything. All right, so I don't really see where it's supposed to go. It might actually sit down kind of on this recess, like right in there. But it's gonna go right in that hole, and then it just kind of fits down. It almost shows it going down below the recess, but I don't know if that's really where it's supposed to go. It is a little bit too long here, so I am going to sand it off a little bit more. Actually, I think on this end I did cut it slightly too long because I can see there's like a notch right there. Other side looks all right. Oh wait, did I get it all? Try this again. Yeah. So I think it's just going to kind of sit. I'm going to sit mine like right on this little indent right here. And I don't know how, if that's supposed to, if that is how it's supposed to go or not. That's just what I'm deciding to do. The instructions aren't. It says glue 14 into the small hole in part number 9, which is this big piece, and the hole in the side of the recess. And where it's showing, there's no, it's basically showing like the piece like this, and it's showing the part going right down in here, but there's no hole there. There's just kind of like a little notch, like a dip. Come on, focus. So, see this little dip right here? I don't know why it's not focusing. Come on. There. There's like a little dip right there. And that's like the only place for it, because there's no hole on the other side. It definitely shows it going to the right. It actually looks like it's, like they have theirs glued way down here at the bottom, but there's still no hole. So, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to just glue it, put some glue on this sucker, and then I'm going to put it in the hole first, and then just kind of set it where I want it, which is going to be right there. Whoops, sorry about that. You see where I've got that? And then I'm just going to take some glue, put it on that, and then I'm going to dab away the excess glue with my Q-tip there, and I think that'll be enough to keep it in that position. So this piece is finished, except for painting. Now, we do have another few pieces to glue on here. Now it's whoops. Sorry about that. It does talk about, you know, spray painting these. I'm going to prime in black. I'm going to do a light coat with the insignia white, and then we'll worry about doing the final bits of weathering later. So we do have a few more parts to install to glue into place. Skipping ahead from actually gluing these into position though, we've got a couple parts that we are going to need to glue into position. First being the pins on part number 15, which is, I'm pretty sure is this piece. We will want to sand this ever so gently. I'm putting next to no pressure on this, just a very, very small amount. Okay. Kind of the same thing on the other side. Okay. And then the lower part, the lower part, whoops. The lower part fits towards the front, so I've got the piece like this. It's kind of an American flag, kind of an ordeal. So it's going to sit right there. So I'm just going to put some glue here, here, and on the pins there. Maybe just a little bit on this back part as well. Okay. And set that down. Next we have the these 4 bits here. These kind of go on at an angle, if you guys remember from a few issues back. The other side was exactly like this. This is part number 16. Sorry for not mentioning that a second ago. Whoops, sorry. That's what I get when when I forget to zoom back out again. And then you will have to take some care. There's a couple kind of like where the sprue bits are that need to be sanded off. Okay. So these are gonna, they're kind of like little light hole kind of things. Those are actually you're gonna want those pointing forward. So you just want to kind of test fit that in place like that. See how there's kind of like the 2 holes there. So you can just kind of take this, glue that right there, set that in place, and run out of hard drive space to record on. So basically, I didn't really get too much farther. So we've got the front piece. These are all glued in, and then I also glued in the little block here, which is part number 17. That's the one part that I cut out early by accident. And then just keep in mind when you glue this in, the little pointed bit faces towards the front. So really all I have left to do now is just to prime and paint paint the recesses. I'll pull back just a little bit. I've got to paint these 2 guys, prime everything, paint everything, and should be good to go after that. And we'll be ready for, I guess we'll be ready for issue 84. This is issue 83, right? Well, I've only got 1 more issue this month. I'm so upset. I so love the Millennium Falcon build stuff. And it really kind of makes me sad that, we'll basically have, 15, 16 issues left. So that's like, let's see, I've got my shipment coming in October. So that's 1, November and December. So that's 12 more. So probably January we'll be finished. So, well, we won't be finished. We'll still have tons of stuff to do. But yeah, it's slowly starting to come together, guys. All right, well, I am going to go ahead. I'm going to paint all this off camera. I'm going to say goodbye for this issue, and then we'll come back in issue 84, where I think we're going to be putting on some pipage, and I think there's some side panels and things like that that I don't know, we may or may not do something with. So we'll just have to wait around and see what's available for the next issue. Well, guys, thanks again for watching. Please hit that thumbs up button. Helps me out tremendously. Please subscribe for this and many more videos. We will see you guys next time. Bye for now.